Yo, it's your boy Luap coming back at it again with another discussion video. The Pokemon anime series has featured many battles over the course of 20 plus years. Most of these battles naturally feature the main protagonist of the show, Ash Ketchum. However, there have been plenty of battles that don't actually have Ash in them at all. In today's video, we will count down the top 10 battles that don't feature Ash Ketchum. I do say we because for this video, I won't be alone. I'll be featured by a good friend and fellow AniPoke YouTuber, Niall Kelly. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Hello and thanks to Luap for having me on the channel. Hope you guys enjoy this interesting topic because there's definitely some great battles that don't feature Ash Ketchum that deserve a bit of spotlight.
Thanks for coming along and helping me out with this list. We also made another video that's over on his channel right now talking about the top 10 worst Pokemon battles, so I highly encourage you to go to his channel and check out that video after you're done watching this one. While you're over there, go ahead and subscribe to his channel too because his content is genuinely amazing and I watch his episode reviews every single week. These battles will be rated solely on how enjoyable the battle itself was and not what kind of impact it could have had after the battle itself. Of course, events leading up to these battles tend to impact their importance and how the storytelling goes within it. With all that being said, let's get started with number 10.
Number 10 is Dawn vs Maylene. This battle was all about Maylene and her lack of confidence. After getting destroyed by Paul, she stopped believing in her own abilities, and even her bond with Lucario started to suffer, and Lucario could notice that she wasn't being herself. So Dawn steps in and offers her a battle to try and snap her back to normal. This battle was really solid, showing off both Maylene and Dawn's strength. Despite Dawn being quite nervous at the beginning, she still gave Maylene a challenge. But in the end, Maylene and Lucario showed why they were a really good team when in sync.
At the number 9 spot, we have the semi-final match of the Manalo Conference between Kiawe and Gladion. This battle was an excellent 2-on-2 battle between two important characters of the Sun and Moon series. Gladion's Lycanroc took so many hits from both Alola Marowak as well as Turtonator and really put up an amazing fight. His Silvally would go on to finish the battle rather easily after changing types mid-battle, an excellent strategic move by Gladion. Mid-battle items are honestly something I'm surprised we haven't seen used more. However, despite being at a type of disadvantage the whole match, Kiawe's Fighting Flame burned bright as ever as he tried his best and put up an excellent battle. The episode leading up to it was also really great development for both of them, showing off both reasons as to why they should have won. This was an amazing battle that I wouldn't have been mad had either of them won.
In number 8 we have Leon vs Lance. Pokemon Journeys episode 12 gave us a clash of two titans. Leon and Lance went up against each other in the final match of the Pokemon World Championship, and Ash and Go were given tickets to go and see it. I have to say this was a perfect way to introduce us to the Pokemon World Championship, one of the original champions Lance versus one of the strongest Leon. It was really perfect. The battle itself wasn't too complicated, it was more of a battle of pure strength. I actually enjoyed the portion of the battle before they Dynamaxed more, but it was still cool to see Leon's signature Gigantamax Charizard appear, going up against the shiny Gyarados that we saw Lance catch in Johto. So this battle had a lot. The Dynamax battle was great to watch as it had so many giant moves flying around and the animation looked amazing. So overall this one was a special one.
At number 7, we have our first contest battle surprisingly. However, we may have more coming up. You might be thinking, what are Drew talking about? Okay, I'm done. May and Drew met up in the quarterfinals of the Hoenn Grand Festival where they had an amazing double battle. Drew had his Flygon debut in this battle and the double battle pairings made it honestly amazing. There were excellent combos pulled off by both sides and it really showed the growth that they both made throughout their contest journeys thus far. This seems weird, but I think the strongest point of this battle may be the ending. We usually get a flashy ending, but this one ended with a double stun spore leaving Combusken and Skitty unable to move. This happened because time was winding down and May needed a quick hit to end it, but I absolutely love that they were just immobilized as time ran out. This was an epic battle and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. To switch it up, I'm going to go ahead and do back-to-back spots. In the Lily of the Valley Conference, the top 16 had many familiar faces. For this battle, I have Paul vs Barry because I really liked it, and had they done something just a bit different, I think it could have ranked even higher. Throughout the Diamond and Pearl series, Barry always looked up to Paul's strength and finally had a chance to see it for himself. It was a 3-on-3 battle with Magmortar coming out for Paul and Skarmory for Barry. Skarmory set up spikes, which is something that Paul would later do in the next round versus Ash, but with toxic spikes. Needless to say, Paul won the victory 3-0 after a hard-fought battle, but I truly think that at the very least, Barry should have knocked out Ursaring. He hit it so many times with his Hitmonlee and it just didn't go down. Empoleon even landed a super effective Hydro Cannon, which is the strongest water type move in the game, on the Magmortar, but it didn't go down. Paul truly showed his strength off in this battle, but I think that this battle also showed that Barry wasn't a pushover, and had this battle been versus anyone else, he could have very well moved on to the next round.
In number 5 we have May versus Dawn, the final battle in the Wallace Cup, and it was such a nice way to wrap up this arc. Bringing May back for this was genius, and having Dawn take her on in the final was smart because she wouldn't have had to face her main rival Zoe. People complain that May has more experience and should have won, but May was using her newly evolved Glaceon, so she still hadn't tapped into its full potential, while Dawn was using her starter Piplup, who really seemed in its element in this battle. Both of them were using fantastic moves, and even taking both ice and water from each other and using them in their own moves. But this was a good win for Dawn when she needed it after a few defeats in previous contests, and the battle was really end to end, and Dawn only won by a tiny margin, so I really enjoyed this one. Taking the 4th spot is Tierno versus Sawyer, a battle between two of Ash's rivals in the Kalos League quarterfinals. This one was really epic, a lot of strategies, a lot of cool moves used. Both Tierno and Sawyer were really in their element in this battle, with Tierno using the weather and the battlefield, and Sawyer using some smart tactics early on with his Aegislash. And Tierno was of course using his unique wacky dancing battle style. We even got a battle between Sceptile and Blastoise, which was really cool, with Sawyer's Sceptile taking it down pretty swiftly, but Blastoise went out on a rain dance to leave something for Raichu to benefit from. However, Sawyer had the edge here as he Mega Evolved his Sceptile. I was surprised that Tierno didn't have a Mega Blastoise in this, as even Trevor got to use a Mega Charizard. But in the end, Sawyer and Sceptile take the win, and this was just a great battle to show off different strategies and different styles. Also, this hyped up the next battle between Ash and Sawyer even more.
At number 3, I've got Zoe vs Nando with their semi-final match at the Sinnoh Grand Festival. A great performance from two rivals that we have followed throughout the series, putting everything they've got into this battle. Nando uses his gym battling expertise to his advantage, whereas Zoe uses her amazing coordinator skills to go toe-to-toe with Nando. While they both pulled off amazing combos and had a really great battle that could have gone either way, I like how they used their battle to show off two Pokemon that don't get much spotlight, specifically Kricketune. There was a lot of back and forth between both trainers, but ultimately Zoe's planned thinking of teaching Miss Magius Lucky Chant to counter Nando's signature Sing was very great and also very creative. Overall, a very enjoyable match to watch and a battle worthy of the semifinals.
In the runner-up spot is May versus Drew in the Kanto Grand Festival. So the final contest battle between May and Drew, it was a good one. Despite the Kanto Grand Festival feeling very rushed, this battle was still really fun, with Drew using Flygon and Absol, and May using Combusken and Squirtle. Drew starts out on the front foot with a fantastic Sandstorm and Flash combo, completely throwing May off. Drew started to take the lead here. You could really tell he'd come such a long way as a coordinator and as a rival, and Absol and Flygon were the perfect contest Pokemon for him. However, May hits back with a nice combo of Fire and Water, which she learnt from Tucker, a combination of Fire Spin and Bubble Beam. Squirtle did amazing in this battle. It flung itself into the air with Rapid Spin and then finished off Flygon with a point blank Ice Beam. It was down to Combusken and Absol, and fortunately for May, Combusken learns Overheat, but it was looking like Drew was going to take this one for a while, but May manages to land one last Sky Uppercut and she wins as the clock counts down to 0. This was a very enjoyable battle, so back and forth, and May was able to finally get one over on Drew. The end of the battle probably could have showed May landing a few more hits to deserve the win more, but overall this was a showcase of their rivalry and how far they both came.
For the number 1 spot, we have Zoe vs Dawn, the finals of the Sinnoh Grand Festival. This battle was extremely fun to watch from both sides. For Dawn, she had her iconic Piplup in action with her recently acquired Togekiss, who was not ready for battle. While she was doing things elegantly, her battle skills weren't up to par. Meanwhile, Piplup was picking up the slack and doing an amazing job as always. On the other side, Zoe was using her signature Glameow to its fullest potential. It really showed how much work Zoe put into raising said Glameow because it did attacks with power and elegance. When Glameow caught Piplup's Whirlpool with its Iron Tail, it genuinely made me open my mouth in amazement. This was the epitome of contest battles in my opinion, and I honestly hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Both coordinators gave it their best, and I truly felt that Zoe deserved to win the match and also to win the Grand Festival. So yeah, that was our top 10 list of the best battles in Pokemon that don't feature Ash. We definitely left out some amazing battles from this list, so I want you to tell me which ones we didn't mention that you think should have made the list in the comments below. Again, I want to give a massive thanks to Niall for not only joining me on this video, but for also having me on his channel.
Thanks so much for Luap for having me on the video. Be sure to check out another video we did together over on my channel where we cover the top 10 worst battles.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate you. And as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.